Good day, you beautiful people of YouTube. It's the Mad Marine, and today we have the PTR 9CT for you. This is an SBR, and I'm going to talk about my version of the MP5. Before we go much further, if you could, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That does help the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. YouTube, of course, doesn't like anything 2A related. They don't like anything I produce, anything other 2A content creators produce as well. So if you could, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and that basically gives the middle finger to the YouTube algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it. I'm sure other 2A content creators would be as well. So moving right along, I wanted MP5, but yeah, we've got MP5 at home. So I really like this platform. In 2005, I got to shoot my first MP5, which was honestly gangster. I got to shoot one full auto. It was an HK, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And I was like, man, I'd love to own one day. But think about it. 2005, the HK was the only option in town, except for some HK part kits, and yeah, it just wasn't achievable back then. And slowly, there's been some options coming around, whether it's stuff from Turkey, stuff from Pakistan, stuff produced here locally in the US, or even HK's SP5. There are options now. Unfortunately, all options are very expensive, and that's something I want to talk about before we go much further as well, is these are expensive firearms, but just flat out. And as YouTube content creators, I don't think we do a very good job of explaining how much it costs to get this gun. So before we go any farther, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to tell you how much it costs, and then the opportunity to just bow out because it's not achievable. It's just too much money to sink into a platform. And I agree. So I'll go ahead and give you the overall total. This gun, in its configuration, for me, was $2,423, roughly. And you may say to yourself, holy crap, that's a lot of money, and I'm out. Hey, just throw me the like on the way out if you don't mind, and I appreciate it. I totally understand. This is definitely one of those unicorn kind of things where, thankfully, I had the opportunity to sell a few things, save some cash, and was able to buy this. A lot of people, this isn't achievable, and I totally understand. We're going to talk about the price point of the components and the cost of the pistol originally, and that'll give you an idea of how we got to where we got. And maybe you can save yourself some money and do things differently. But unfortunately, if you want an MP5 platform, as HK likes to remind everybody, it is not for you poors. And, you know, it hurts because it's true, I guess. But let's talk about it. So the PTR, the pistol itself, 9C T, is $1,450. So I was $1,450 starting off. There was a $200 tax stamp for your Form 1, which is not fun to do. Then I needed the fingerprint card, and I had my fingerprints, so that was $30. By the way, if you guys get a chance, go ahead and do that EFT file. It ends up being $60. If you're going to do more than 2 Form 1s or 2 Form 4s, it's worth it. And I've gone ahead and done that since then. The Meprolite optic here, which I really do like. I got the bullseye model. I kind of wish I'd got the triangle or the dot, but that's okay. I'm still very happy with it. It was $433. Very expensive optic. It is heavy, by the way. We'll talk about that a little later. The Magpul stock is $137. I like it. I like it for the money, because anything else was going to cost me almost $400 to $800. So if I'm going with real HK stuff, it's going to cost me like $800. If I'm going with the B&T stuff, it was going to be $400 plus. It just didn't make sense. So I went with the cheaper route with the $137 option. The forward grip here, I think it was AT3 is the manufacturer. And this is just an aluminum hand stop. It's very reminiscent of the HK K model, the MP5K, the Navy model. This is the type of hand stop it has at the front of that. Eventually, I would like to change this all out to a light, and we'll just see. But that's going to be super expensive as well. It'll be like $500–600 when it's all said and done if I do that. So unfortunately, again, this build is ridiculously expensive, and it is hard to justify it. The emitter up here, so the optic does have an option of an emitter, and if you turn it on, let's see, you'll be able to see some light. But this helps you in, oh, wrong way here. If you guys saw the little light come on, it's going to be right here. So boom. But this emitter, and you can see over here on this side as well, it may be an issue for you if you're tactical or something like that, but for me and my uses, I'm fine with it. This just puts more light into the fiber, which then allows you to see your optic better during certain light conditions. So if you need it, great, it's there if you need it. That was, what was that, $37? The Magpul grip, one of the really great upgrades. This gives you a better angle, better texture, better feel. I really enjoy it. This was $57. The Magpul safety was $49, and they have a couple of options. So this is the elongated. They do have a shorter one, and then they do have one that's like, if you wanted nothing on the side, you could just go with a flat one. But it does help you orient the safety a lot better and works really well with the grip. The magazines. I've gone ahead and purchased some AC Unity 30-round magazines. You will probably have to shave right here to get yours working. I had to do that for mine as well, so they would insert. That being said, 500 rounds in, they've been reliable. I'm very happy with it. I've currently been running Blazer brass out of this, and again, it's been fine. One thing I will say, it is super accurate. So at 25 yards, best groupings were about nickel-sized groupings, doing really well. And then after 2 magazines, you're going to have to change out targets because where you're shooting, you're just going to be shooting through the holes you've already made. So head shots, body shots, you give it a couple of mags and you're going to have to change targets. So that's kind of just the rundown of my quick MP5 Pores build and kind of just talking you guys through my build. I really have enjoyed shooting it, super accurate. It is fast, but I think I can get faster on the trigger. I've enjoyed it, but I think I can get faster with it. It's not as fast as I was remembering, hoping, thinking compared to some other things. But the recoil is nothing. It's very fast, and I've enjoyed it a lot. Again, I would like to get this light option to get the handguard with the light built into it, but you know, just depending if whether I go real HK, which is not going to happen. There's some aftermarket options that I'm probably going to look at. However, again, it's probably going to be $500–600 more on top of this already really expensive build. So I'll be right under $3,000 when it's all said and done. And again, that's painful. And again, going back to that thing of, is this achievable for me, or is this something I want to dump a ton of money into? You know, you make that decision for yourselves. But again, I think as YouTube content creators, us YouTubers are really bad about expressing that cost. That we're just like doing it for show, and then like, is it achievable for everyone? I think we should be a little more upfront of like the overall cost, because you know, people don't have that much money to throw into these things. You know, $500 for a Glock may be a lot of money for some guy, and that's all they can do, and they leave it stock. And I totally understand it, been there, and but yeah, you know, I guess don't put people's hopes up for what's achievable at certain points in their lives. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the PTR 9 does have a rail system already included. As you can see, I have a very large optic up here. One of the very important things is making sure this optic is back as far as it could be, because we need the real estate to engage your charging handle, and of course we need the real estate to do the slash. So I don't want to be hitting the optic or other things. I need the real estate to move this free and clear. So one thing when considering your optic options. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick video. If you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to reach out. This is the Mad Marine signing off. Have a good one.